and welcome to another edition of Market Marauders. So today we're talking about the company NIO, not the one, but NIO. So NIO's had a crazy day today. It's just shot up like crazy. So if we look at the chart, today's chart, start at $3, end at 372, around 372. At one point in time today, it was at 477. And I feel like that's just going to keep growing. If you guys don't know, NIO is the Chinese company of electric car makers that is basically rivaling Tesla. So you guys have been following Tesla in the news. Tesla has jumped up significantly due to their new factory in Shanghai, and also has produced cars starting today. But NIO, on the other hand, is kind of like the stepchild of the car industry, and no one really paid attention to it. But today they had their earnings, and the earnings were actually really good. So let's dive into it. First things first, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification icon for more updates on videos that are coming out. So let's jump into it. So today they released their third quarter financial results were really good. They were a lot better than people were expecting, and they made a lot more than people were expecting. So for vehicle sales, um, they had an increase of 22.5% from their second quarter of 2019, which is an increase of 21.5% from the same quarter of 2018. Uh, the vehicle margin was negative 6.8% compared with the negative 24.1% from the second quarter. So that was a real big thing going into the stock. People were like, oh, this company's not really delivering cars, or, you know, who's really actually buying these NIO cars out there in the market? Uh, and they weren't really delivering on the cars. But this vehicle margin alone just shows you that, they were delivering on cars consistently, and it definitely shows in those two. Going down to total revenues for the third quarter, they had a 21.8% increase, which is really good. That's just showing that they're trying to be a direct competitor to Tesla. Now, I've looked at a couple of reviews of the stock and of the vehicles themselves. They're just like, you know, there's a little bit of, I think overall Tesla cars are a little better, but I think, NIO is right on the edge of, competing direct technology wise. And I think technology is something, that it's not really a simple fix, but it's something that can be fixed if you have the capital to have a team put on R&D in order to do that. And I think as more capital and revenue comes towards the company, they could put more money towards that R&D section of the company, which will give better upgrades to the cars in general. But the fact that they're delivering cars, is always a fantastic thing, and goes to show that people are willing to buy these vehicles. They're not just sitting on the lots depreciated. So for some of you all who don't know, some of the vehicles on their website, they have one of their vehicles. This is the NIO ES6. So it says high performance, long range, smart electric SUV with ultra long NEDC range, 51 kilometers. It only takes 4.7 seconds to accelerate from 0 to, for you US people, 60. ES6 sophisticated mobile living space. So, I mean, the car looks really nice in my opinion. Almost looks like Lamborghini Urus, like the new Lamborghini SUV. Long range, saying 4.7 seconds, 554 maximum horsepower. So, it's not a slow vehicle by any standards. And I think it just overall looks nice. You know, talking about the safety standards and more into the range. But if we're looking, we dive into this dashboard. I looked at one of the videos. This is kind of like the onboard computer of the car. It goes and you can voice control and tell it to, hey, play, a certain song, and it'll play it, or you say, hey, pull up directions to whatever, and it plays it, which is, kind of cool. I know a lot of cars, have that equipped, but it's cool to have like something almost like a car secretary, if you want to look at it as that in your car to help you, stay focused on driving instead of, trying to type something in or have something on the fly. But overall, I think their cars look pretty nice. Here's another one of their cars. It just looks really nice. The NIO EP9. Now, I don't know if this car is for sale, but it's saying it's one of the fastest electric cars in the world and set a lap record. Uh, and you guys can go to the website and look at this video. But, overall, it looks really nice. I don't think Tesla has any cars that they're putting on the track. I know they have the Roadster coming out, but I don't think they have tracked it yet. I think they were just doing pre-orders and sales. But I like to see, in the future, a head-to-head lap time comparison, sort of like Top Gear of, you know, this car versus the Tesla Roadster. I think that'll be a pretty interesting video if that could be set up sometime. Um, but overall, I think the stock, is going to shoot up. It ended today, at 372 or 377, which this is showing. But I think it's going to keep going up from here. I mean, if you look at Tesla stock, it's like at 400 and something dollars, and you know they've just gotten to China, but this is a direct Chinese company. So I don't think the whole tariff issue will be a problem with them because they're not really selling to the U.S. They're selling directly to China. So I think from that standpoint, they'll have a large competitive edge when it comes to sales direct to consumer in China because it's a Chinese company. So I think that's one small advantage that they'll have um, in China, and I think that's definitely going to show in their next quarter. Um, for you guys who are like, oh yeah, you're talking about this stock, but are you really invested? Yes, I'm invested. I have two calls already on this, two call buy options, $4, and I'm definitely betting on the fact that this is going to go up. In my opinion, I think it's going to go up to by the end of the week, probably like $5. I think probably $5 range. Realistically, I think probably by um, you know we got New Year's coming up, so realistically, I think it'll probably be around like 480, 490, hover around there, because people are going to short it when it goes up, but it may also have a dramatic um, thing going up. One thing that I've noticed in the stock market is news is definitely delayed when it comes to the stock market. So I feel like all these people right here are people who got, the news early, the day it came out and they bought and then they shorted. But, you know, what I've noticed from the market is that, once the news comes out to the people who are like really invested, those people who have like lots of money to put into the market and who can definitely dive deeper into the stock than I can, um, I think they'll definitely, see the potential of this stock and it'll definitely shoot up. So, a week from now, it'll probably be like, $8 or $9, and we'll be looking at this video and say, hey, I remember back when it was 372. So, definitely a lot of growth potential coming from this company, and I'm excited to see what more cars they can produce, um, and to see more sales of the company in the future. Anyways, this has been another episode of Market Marauders. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, like, comment, share, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.